Video, and I'm sorry, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm sorry if there's like bits and pieces that are like cut out. Um, there are parts that I didn't find that needed to be in there at the moment, but I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like getting to know that side of me. If you want to know any more about me, just leave a comment and say, hey, I want to know more about you, and I will come up with more videos about me because, I'm a Southern girl, and there's a lot about me that most people don't know. But anyways, I hope you like the video, and please be nice. Love you. Hi guys. So this is the video that I am still struggling to make. Because it's so personal to me, and it's basically telling my story of where I been and who I am today. I guess I could say that it's basically my testimony, in a nutshell. So many of you guys have noticed that I have a tattoo on my wrist. I mean, not my wrist. That's my wrist. My forearm that says Psalms 42:3. And I've explained a little bit about my tattoo, but I didn't explain a whole lot about my tattoo. And that is due to the fact that my tattoo is a reminder to me of where I came from, because this is really hard. This is really, really, really hard. I am a daughter of a pastor, 2 to be exact. My parents are reverends, and they used to be children's pastors at our church, but they're not anymore. And so this leads me up to things that I've done in my life. They say that pastors' children are the first ones to rebel when they get that first little bitty taste of freedom. They're the first ones to rebel like this, and when they rebel hard. That's not necessarily true. For most, because I'm not like that. Like, I didn't rebel because I got a taste of freedom. I rebelled because of the fact that I was always compared to my sisters. So I rebelled it this way, but my sister, on the other hand, she kind of went from one part of the Richter scale to the other, like that. Like, she was one of the ones that rebelled hard. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. This is something that I still struggle with today. Not as bad as I did, but I do still struggle with it a little bit. But when I was in first grade, I got made fun of because I was bigger than most of the kids in my class. And of course, I'm still pretty chunky, but I'm working on that. That's one of my New Year's resolutions that I stuck with. But it was a constant. I was getting ragged on all the time in first grade. And it got to a point where I just didn't want to go to school anymore, and I would forcibly make myself sick, so I wouldn't have to go to school. I would either eat something and then gag myself to make myself throw up, or I would think of something gross to make myself throw up so I wouldn't have to go to school. Or I would complain that my stomach was hurting or my head was hurting so I wouldn't have to go to school. And this went on for a while. And when I mean a while, I mean until the age of 22. When I was in 3rd grade, I got put in the hospital for a month because I was losing a lot of weight really quickly. And it was only due to the fact by the time 3rd grade came around, I was more developed in certain areas than most of the girls at school. And it took a major effect on me because, I mean, what 3rd grader, like meaning 10-year-old, wants to get made fun of because she's developing faster than most of her friends? I mean, it's really, really hard. So I became anorexic and bulimic by 3rd grade, by the age of 10. And because I wouldn't eat, and because I would eat something and then I would make myself throw up, it started killing my body because I was losing weight so fast. And they had to put me on medications to help me gain the weight back, which made things worse because I was gaining weight back. And that's the reason why I am the way that I look today, is because I was on medication that made me gain weight and I couldn't get rid of it after I got older. So not only was I struggling with being bullied from 1st grade, and now I'm being really, really bullied by the age of 10, and now I have an eating disorder. By 6th grade, it's really hard to talk about this without wanting to cry. By 6th grade, I got addicted to painkillers because things got really, really bad because I was homeschooled and it just progressively got worse. My parents were fighting by the time I was in 6th grade. I was still being bullied. I still had an eating disorder because people at my church, like some of the teen boys at my church, was calling me fat and ugly, and so I just got addicted to painkillers, and I was like, well, that's an easy way to kill myself. So I took as many as I could, but I could never seem to kill myself. And I'm not saying that that was the right thing for me to do. I really am trying to hold everything together. Like, it is really hard to talk about this. By the time I was a teenager, I was super blonde. Like, I was blonde. And people were making fun of me because I was blonde, and because I was chunky, and I was more developed, and things just, I'm sorry if you hear the rooster, it's by my window. Things just had gotten worse, and when I was homeschooled from 4th grade up until my 8th grade year. I took a test my 5th grade year to see if I can go back to public schools, and I failed that test, so I couldn't go back to public schools my 5th grade year, and I took it again my 8th grade year, and I was able to go back to public schools, which is where a lot more of the bullying from the older kids happened. We were in chorus, and some of the boys in chorus, just they just didn't like me because, I mean, I stood up for myself. I don't really stand up for myself so much now. I know that's bad and I should. But that's something that I'm really learning again. But when you get beat down so many times and told that you are worthless and that you'll never amount to anything in life, and that nobody's ever going to want to marry you because you are fat and ugly and you're stupid, kind of makes you push everything down and not want to stand up for yourself. And I'm sorry if I start crying, but by the time I became 16 years old, I met this amazing woman, and she became a life coach to me until I was about 22. And November 25th of 2008, she passed away of ovarian cancer. And it took a major toll on me because she was helping me to work things out and to be okay with who I am. And it wasn't, things weren't that bad after I met her. We talked things out, but once she passed away, things had gotten worse because I got into a depression and I ended up cutting myself and went back to having an eating disorder and stuff. But when I turned 25 years old, I had met my amazing friend Mel. Her name is Melissa, but I call her Mel, and I love her so much. She has helped me in so many ways, and I had stopped caring about what people had said to me or what people have said about me, and I started changing things in me. And things had gotten better, a lot better, after I met her. And now, thinking about it, I mean, I did cry because of things that had happened in the past. But thinking about it now, it's just amazing to think that because people say things about you and treat you this way doesn't mean that you have to submit to them. You don't have to let them bully you. You can stand up for yourself and you can change things that you don't like about you. And that's the reason why I got my tattoo, because it's a reminder to me that because of what I had done in my past, it has made me be the person I am today. This fun-loving, nerdy, I want to just help other people, just become the best that they can be. And I'm in a roundabout way. It's all jumbled up and crazy, but in a roundabout way, I'm trying to get out that you need to be you and not let people tell you who you need to be. And I'm not going to be all churchy and Christian on you and be like, because, God made you who you are and blah, blah, blah. Because, you already know this. And I know that, so I'm not going to tell you this. But be who you are called to be. Be who you feel deep down inside that you are. If you are a vlogger, start right now and start vlogging. If you are a painter, start painting. If you love taking photos, become a photographer. If you just love all things that is like history or science or nerdy stuff, whatever, take that leap of faith, jump out and show people the real you, because you know what? They're going to love you no matter what. And that's what I'm learning today. And I have friends at work that are constantly reminding me every day that I'm nerdy and that they love that about me. That when they need something, like information about something from history or music or science or whatever, they know that they can come to me and they're like, hey, do you know this? And I can be like, yes, I do. So, you can, and I know that this was strange for me to talk about, but Sunday we were talking about legacies, and my pastor had asked, what legacy are you leaving? And it just kind of hit me, because I'm like, well, what legacy am I leaving behind? Yes, I'm a teacher, but what am I teaching these kids? Wow, that rooster's really loud. So I'm really sorry. Sorry, kind of threw a spoon at him. My bad. But yeah. But so I was just thinking about it. Like, I'm a teacher. What am I teaching these kids? What am I leaving these kids? What am I leaving for my future kids? What am I leaving for my future grandkids? What am I leaving for this world today? So that's a question I'm going to ask you. What is your legacy? It's 2017. It's 5 months into 2017. What legacy have you left? If you are having any issues with with whatever, whether it's in a depression or whether it's somebody's bullying you or you don't feel like you're worthy enough or whatever, you can always come talk to me. You can always go talk to a friend. You can always go talk to a teacher or some adult, a counselor, a pastor, your parents. So just please, if you're dealing with something, please, please, please go talk to somebody. And with that, I want to say I love you guys, and I will see you guys later.